Tommy Roe, fantastic to talk to you. It's been my whole life that I've wanted to have a chat with you, and thank you for the brilliant music.
Thank you. We kind of grew up together, didn't we?
He did. Just I knew a whole lot more about you than you knew about me, for sure. It's been a while, hasn't it? You started out in the 50s. Look at you, you just look fantastic. But actually, before I go into an interview, I was doing a bit of reading about you, and I read that you lost your wife at the end of last year. So I wanted to say how terribly sorry I am that that happened. That must have been.
Yeah. Thank you, Sandy.
If we can go back to those early days of your career, how did it all start out for you?
I started so young. I was like 14 years old when my dad taught me a few chords on the guitar, and I wrote Sheila. As soon as I learned how to play the guitar, that was one of the first songs I wrote. It was originally called Frida, Sweet Little Frida. And it was a poem that I had written for this little girl I used to chase around the playground. And I kind of had a crush on her. Her name was Frida. And so once Dad taught me the three chords on the guitar, I thought, maybe I could put some of these little poems to music and maybe become a songwriter. So my whole initial thinking was I wanted to be a songwriter. I never dreamed of being a performer, really. But I love the idea of writing songs. So I just started writing songs, and, I would audition. I'd play in talent shows, and I would play wherever they'd let me play, And so we played at the school dances and opening of record stores and all of that around West End and around Atlanta. Kind of a terrible ending because, before I was able to give her the poem, she just didn't show up at school anymore. She moved away. And so she never knew about the poem. She never knew about the poem becoming Sheila, as far as I know. I mean, I've never heard from her. But it was kind of unfortunate because I really had a crush on the little girl. We used to have a lot of fun together on the playground. And I auditioned for a record producer in Atlanta, and he wanted to hear my songs. I sang Frida for him. And he said, man, I really like that song Frida, but I'm not crazy about the title. For some reason, he didn't like the title of Frida. I mean, I thought it was kind of cool, Just changed it to Sheila because it fit so well and sang so well. And then I recorded it locally in Atlanta on that local label. And it was the first version I did. I was still in high school. And it was kind of a hit around the South, around the Southeast, but it was never a national hit. And then after I graduated from high school, I met my friend who became my producer. It's like my brother, really, Felton Jarvis. And he wanted to record me. He had seen me play around town, at different venues. And he thought he could make a good record with me, and he wanted to re-record Sheila. And he said, we're going to do it as like a tribute to Buddy Holly, and we're going to put some different drum sounds in it, because my original version was just 2/4 drums. It didn't have the rolling thunderous drums, So that was Felton's idea. So we went to Nashville and recorded. Actually, Sheila was supposed to be the B-side of the record, and Save Your Kisses was supposed to be the A-side. And so they released it. They promoted Save Your Kisses, didn't do anything. And there was a DJ in Baltimore who flipped the record, played the B-side, and it just became a huge hit in Baltimore, Maryland. And it just went from there.